The 15-piece knife block on your counter cost you $120. You reach for 2 knives. The remaining 13 have been sitting in the wooden slots, slowly dulling since the day you brought them home. That block is not a tool for the kitchen. It is a storage unit for steel you rarely use. The same type of sets sit stacked at every warehouse club, riding home in the trunks of newlyweds who registered for a kitchen. I examined 10 of the most popular sets in the country. 8 are made to fail quietly before the warranty expires. 2 are decent tools. I went through every box, read the specifications, checked the parent companies, traced where the steel was actually ground, and studied what the warranties cover and what they avoid. In the end, the pattern was clear in 8 of the 10. Same trick, different label. Here is what nobody at the warehouse club will tell you. A knife block set is a business model. It buys volume. It hides the quality of the 2 knives you need behind 12 more you will not touch. You pay for filler. You pay for the wooden holder. You pay for the brand name on the box. $8 a knife sounds like a bargain until you realize you only really use 2. If you know the difference between forged and stamped construction, the short version is simple. Run your finger from the blade down the handle. A smooth flow means the steel was hammered into shape in one piece. A seam means the blade was cut from a sheet of metal and welded to a plastic handle. The problem extends beyond the knives. Most sets ship with wooden blocks with tight slots. Every time a knife slides in and out, the steel rubs against the wood. The slots trap crumbs, water, and humidity. Open the bottom of any 2-year-old block, and the smell tells the story. Some new sets claim to have in-block sharpeners. A ceramic groove built into the slot is supposed to grind the edge every time you remove a knife. Marketing calls it self-sharpening. In reality, it acts like a pencil sharpener on your blade, hollows the edge, and produces something that looks sharp for a week before falling apart. Starting with the worst, the Cuisinart Advantage 12-piece color-coded set costs around $30 at big box stores. Handles are color-coded by knife type, lined up like crayons. Blades are stamped Type 420 stainless. Handles are injection-molded polypropylene. The colored coating scratches off in the first month of dishwasher use. The parent company is Conair in Stamford, Connecticut. Cuisinart is just a brand, not a manufacturer. The set is a $30 accessory disguised as cookware. Its lifespan in a busy kitchen is around 18 months. By month 19, edges drag through an onion. By month 30, the colored coating flakes into your drawer. Next, the Farberware 15-piece resin block costs around $45. The clear acrylic block looks modern but does no better on the edge than wood. Blades are stamped Type 410 with a thin titanium coating called Forever Sharp. In practice, Forever means roughly 14 months of light use. Farberware as a brand dates back to 1900, founded by Simon Farber in Manhattan. The current name is licensed across multiple parent companies. The block you bought has no connection to the Farber family. The Pioneer Woman 14-piece Walmart exclusive set costs around $50. Handles are floral plastic, blades color matched to seasonal designs. Gibson Overseas manufactures the product in China to meet Walmart price targets. The brand is a licensing deal with a cookbook author and covers hundreds of kitchen items. No knife expertise is involved. Edges last about a year. Handles split where plastic meets steel. The block discolors at the bottom from humidity. Moving up the price tier, the Calfillan Classic self-sharpening 15-piece set is around $150. Its selling point is the block. Each slot contains a ceramic sharpener built into the wall. Every time the knife slides in and out, the ceramic grinds along the edge. Calfillan is owned by Newell Brands, a publicly traded conglomerate based in Atlanta that also owns Rubbermaid, Sharpie, Mr. Coffee, Coleman, and many other consumer names. Calfillan has been positioned firmly in the value tier for every category it sells. The in-block sharpener deserves close inspection. A proper sharpening setup uses a fixed angle, typically 15 to 20 degrees per side, and removes a tiny amount of steel in a controlled pull. The Calfillan Solon ceramic slot version sets the angle at the factory around 25 degrees per side and grinds aggressively. Every pull sharpens the knife, whether it needs it or not. The blade hollows quickly. By month 8, the edge geometry is lost. The knife resembles a butter knife, the slope ground in. You cannot restore the factory angle. The set looks sharp until one day it does not, and then the entire block fails simultaneously. Henkel's International 15-piece costs around $130. The packaging uses the same font and color treatment as the German-forged Swilling line. Casual shoppers cannot tell the difference. Swilling's German-forged line, the one with 2 stick figures on the logo, is made in Solingen by the same family since 1731. Henkel's International, the line with 1 stick figure, is made in China, Thailand, and India. Blades are stamped Type 420 J2. Handles are injection, molded over a partial tang, and the bolster, if present, is glued on. Henkel's International often ends up in the same cart as the German Swilling line by accident. Packaging is designed to encourage that mistake. The price feels like a deal sold by slot count. What you get is 15 stamped blades with one stick figure hiding 2. Lifespan is about 2 years for the chef and Sentoku knives, 18 months for the rest. Next, the Ninja Foodie Never Premium 12-piece set costs around $170. This is the in-block sharpener version launched by Shark Ninja a few years ago. Shark Ninja is publicly traded on the New York Stock Exchange under ticker SN. The knives match the Foodie pressure cooker, blender, and air fryer. The sharpener in the Ninja block uses a tungsten carbide groove instead of ceramic. Marketing calls it never dull. The mechanism is the same family of in-block grinders. Every pull reshapes the factory edge angle. The chef knife hollows like the Calphalon, but more slowly. The Foodie name helps sales at warehouse clubs. Customers assume the knives match the pressure cooker, but they do not. The Foodie knives are licensed from an Asian contract manufacturer and repackaged to match the kitchen aesthetic. Near the top tier, the KitchenAid Gourmet 14-piece costs around $130. The block is black and stainless, matching the mixer color scheme. Newlyweds registering for the mixer often add the knife set, thinking the performance is matched. KitchenAid as a kitchen brand belongs to Whirlpool. The mixer is hand-assembled in Greenville, Ohio, under Whirlpool. The knife set, however, is licensed manufacturing in Asia, sold under the KitchenAid name. Blades are stamped type 420J2 with a partial tang. Handles are plastic over the tang, painted to look metallic. The block is wood-veneered MDF, not hardwood. By month 20, the veneer lifts at corners. The chef knife edge dulls on the schedule every cheap stamped set follows. The math stings more because of brand confidence. You think you're buying KitchenAid heritage. You're buying contract cutlery in a box labeled KitchenAid. Second to last among the 8 to avoid, the hex-clad hybrid 6-piece knife. Set retails around $700, often discounted to around $500 during promotions. It features celebrity endorsement, a magnetic walnut block, and Damascus pattern etching on the steel. Hexclad settled a class action in early 2026 over labeling hybrid cookware as non-toxic and PFS-free while the non-stick portion contained PTFE. The settlement totaled around $2.5 million plus a court order on labels. The knife set is a separate line but shares brand positioning. Packaging promises premium German steel. The actual steel is Japanese stainless, ground and finished in Asia under contract. The Damascus pattern is etched, not folded into the steel. The math is clear. $700 buys 6 stamped knives and a magnetic block. The same money buys 2 forged German chef knives, a forged paring knife, a Victorinox bread knife, and a magnetic strip above the counter. With the second kitchen, you have professional tools. With Hexclad, you have celebrity advertising and a walnut block. The 8th set to avoid is the Amazon house brands, the Maru, the McCook, the Hef, and the dozen rotating names that appear in the same photo with 5-star reviews and a $1,000 list price crossed out for a $60 checkout. There is no single parent company. Most come from the same factory cluster in Yangzhou, China, known as the capital of knives and scissors. The brand name rotates every 6 to 18 months as negative reviews accumulate. The blade stays the same, the block stays the same. Only the label changes. You buy the set. The brand goes quiet after the warranty ends. Reviews vanish into back pages. 6 months later, the same product appears under a new 5-letter brand name with the same 5-star average. Knives dull on the same schedule. Handles crack in the same spots. That is the 8th. Cuisinart, Farberware, Pioneer Woman, Calphalon, Henkel's International, Ninja Never Dull, KitchenAid Gourmet, Hexclad, and the rotating Amazon set. Across these 10 boxes, around $1,800 goes to knives that will be in the trash inside 3 years. The 2 honest paths out of the block set trap begin with a properly forged block set. Few exist. The Wistow Classic, 7-piece block from Solingen, Germany. The Wistow family has been forging knives in the same city since 1814. The 7th generation works on the production floor today. Each blade is forged from a single billet of X150 CRM OV15 chrome vanadium steel, hammered into shape, ice hardened to 58 on the Rockwell scale, and hand ground. The block holds a chef knife, bread knife, utility knife, paring knife, kitchen shears, and a honing rod. Retail is around $550, less during warehouse club sales. You get 7 good knives instead of 15 filler ones. About $57 per knife instead of 8. Each knife is a lifetime tool still in your kitchen when grandchildren start cooking. Swilling Pro is the other forged block set worth attention. Swilling and West are 2 old Solingen families, founded almost a century apart, still forging the same way. The Swilling Pro saw 7-piece block runs around $600 retail. Same forging, same Rockwell hardness, slightly different bolster geometry. Either set works. If you bought the wrong block last year, do not throw it away. Empty it. Place 1 good chef knife and 1 good paring knife in 2 slots. Sell or donate the rest. The block holds 2 solid knives as well as 15 disposable ones. Path 2 is the method I use. Skip the block entirely. A magnetic strip above the counter costs about $15. A Victorinox Fibro Pro 8-inch chef knife around $50, recommended by America's test kitchens for almost 30 years and standard in culinary schools. A Victorinox Fibro Pro 4-inch paring knife around $15. A Victorinox serrated bread knife around $45. A pair of OXO kitchen shears around $15. Total is about $140. 4 blades, a strip, a pair of shears. Every blade is NSF certified for commercial use. Every tool is used in professional kitchens on Saturday night dinner rushes. The strip keeps them clean and dry with no slots for crumbs or moisture. You can see every blade at a glance. Each can be sharpened on a stone in about 2 minutes. The same kitchen has room for upgrades. Buy a Wisto Classic chef knife at $160 when budget allows. Add a Mac MTH80 Santoku at $150. The strip holds all of it. The big picture. The block set business sells filler as a kitchen. 5 years later, the chef knife cannot hold an edge and the set is replaced. The other path is 2 to 4 blades, no filler. A wall strip or small block with empty slots. Each blade chosen intentionally. Each a tool, not a marketing accessory. Total cost about the same as a mid-tier warehouse club set, but lasts 30 years longer. $140 on the magnetic strip path over 25 years comes to less than $6 a year. $150 on the Calphalon set every 3 years comes to $50 a year. The strip path costs about a tenth per year for tools that perform better every day. My grandmother kept 1 chef knife and 1 paring knife in a slot on her wooden cutting board. She sharpened them on a whetstone inherited from her mother. The chef knife was a Sabatier bought in Paris in the early 1960s. It is still in my mother's kitchen, the handle darkened. The blade has been resharpened until the edge is a 1/4 inch narrower than when purchased. It still slices a tomato clean. A kitchen with 1 well-cared-for blade is richer than a 15-piece block of disposable steel. The block is sold as efficiency. The truth is the opposite. It is the slowest, most expensive way to put a sharp edge in your hand. Now open your kitchen drawer or look at the block on your counter. Take every knife out. Lay them flat. Pick each up. Ask when you last used it. The bread knife you forgot, the boning knife you bought because the set came with it, the 6 steak knives still in plastic. Count how many handles you touched in the last 6 months. Then ask yourself, how many knives in your block do you actually use? What name is on the box? Please leave your thoughts about this content in the comments below. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.